The storm started just after midnight. Rain hammered the windows of the small train station in Black Creek, a forgotten town hidden deep in the forests of northern Montana. Only one train still stopped there each week, the Midnight Express. Most people avoided it. Nobody could explain why, but strange things happened on that train. Passengers reported hearing whispers from empty seats. Some claimed they saw figures standing between the cars during storms. A few people simply disappeared. Of course, Ethan Walker didn't believe any of those stories. At 26, he was practical. Logical. Ghost stories were for children. So when his car broke down and the Midnight Express was the only way home, he bought a ticket without hesitation. The station was almost empty. An old woman sat alone on a wooden bench. She wore a black coat and stared at the tracks. When Ethan sat nearby, she suddenly spoke. "Don't sit in car 7. Ethan looked around. "Excuse me?" The woman didn't turn. "Whatever happens," she whispered, "don't go into car 7. A train horn echoed through the darkness. When Ethan looked back, the woman was gone. He frowned. The station had only one exit. There was no way she could have left that quickly. Then the Midnight Express emerged from the rain. Its headlights cut through the darkness like giant glowing eyes. The train screeched to a stop. The doors opened. And Ethan stepped aboard. The inside looked older than expected. Dim yellow lights flickered overhead. The carpet smelled damp. Only a handful of passengers occupied the train. A businessman slept near a window. A young mother held her daughter close. 2 college students watched videos on their phones. Everything seemed normal. Ethan found a seat in car 5. The train lurched forward. Outside, the forest disappeared into darkness. Minutes passed. Then Ethan noticed something strange. Every passenger seemed nervous. Nobody spoke. Nobody smiled. Nobody moved between cars. As if everyone was afraid of something. The train rattled over the tracks. Then the lights flickered. For a moment, the entire car went dark. When the lights returned, Ethan heard a scream from somewhere ahead. The sound lasted only a second. Then silence. Nobody reacted. The passengers simply stared forward. Like they hadn't heard anything. A cold chill crawled down Ethan's spine. An hour later, curiosity got the better of him. He stood and walked toward the next car. The connection between the cars swayed violently in the storm. Rain pounded the windows. He moved through car 6. Almost empty. Just one man sitting alone. The man looked up. His face was pale. "Where are you going?" he asked. "Just stretching my legs." The man grabbed Ethan's wrist. His hand felt ice cold. "Don't go any farther." Ethan pulled away. "What are you talking about?" The man pointed ahead. Toward the door leading to car 7. His voice trembled. "That's where they are." The lights flickered again. Darkness. 1 second. 2 seconds. 3. When the lights returned, the man was gone. His seat sat empty. Ethan froze. There was nowhere he could have gone. No exit. No bathroom. Nothing. Just gone. A horrible feeling settled in Ethan's stomach. Then he heard footsteps. Slow footsteps. Coming from car 7. Tap. 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 The door creaked open. A tall figure stood inside. Its head nearly touched the ceiling. Its body was impossibly thin. Long arms hung at its sides. And where its face should have been, there was only darkness. Pure blackness. The creature turned toward Ethan. Then smiled. A mouth appeared inside the darkness. filled with hundreds of needle-like teeth. The lights went out. Something ran. Fast. Not Ethan. Something else. The sound rushed toward him. He sprinted back through car 6. The footsteps followed. Passengers screamed. Doors slammed. Glass shattered. Ethan didn't dare look behind him. The train shook violently. The lights flashed on and off. Each flash revealed shapes moving between the seats. Tall shadows. Watching. Waiting. The train horn blared. A deafening sound. Then came another scream. Then another. Then silence. Ethan reached car 5. Most of the passengers were gone. Only the young girl remained. She sat alone. Perfectly still. Her mother had vanished. The girl looked at Ethan. They took her. What? They always take someone. Ethan felt sick. Who? The girl pointed toward car 7. The people who died. A loud bang shook the train. The windows rattled. Then Ethan saw something outside. A face. Pressed against the glass. The train was moving nearly 70 miles per hour. Yet the face remained beside the window. Keeping pace. Smiling. Its eyes were completely black. Then another face appeared. And another. And another. Dozens of pale faces ran alongside the train through the storm. All smiling. All staring inside. The lights died completely. Darkness swallowed everything. Passengers cried out. Somewhere nearby, someone whispered. Ethan. His blood turned cold. The voice belonged to his dead father. Impossible. His father had died 10 years ago. Ethan. The whisper came again. Closer. Right beside his ear. He felt breath on his neck. Slow. Cold. Rotten. He turned. Nothing. Then the emergency lights activated. Red light flooded the train. And suddenly Ethan saw them. The ghosts. Hundreds of them. Standing throughout the car. Motionless. Silent. Passengers who had vanished over the years. Their bodies twisted and broken. Their eyes empty. Watching. Waiting. The train began slowing down. Outside, there was no forest. No mountains. No rain. Only endless darkness. The track stretched into a black void. The conductor's voice crackled over the speakers. Final stop. A long pause followed. Then. All souls must depart. The ghosts began moving. Slowly. Toward Ethan. Toward the remaining passengers. The little girl grabbed his hand. We have to get off. What happens if we stay? Tears filled her eyes. They keep us. The train stopped. The doors opened. Beyond them waited a dead city. Thousands of shadowy figures stood in the streets. Watching silently. The air smelled like decay. Like a graveyard after rain. The ghosts inside the train began herding passengers toward the exit. One by one. People disappeared into the darkness outside. Never returning. Ethan backed away. There had to be another way. Then he noticed something. A small emergency window. He grabbed the emergency hammer. Smashed the glass. The window exploded outward. Wind roared inside. The ghosts shrieked. Their human disguises vanished. Now Ethan saw their true forms. Rotting skin. Missing eyes. Twisted mouths. Bodies stitched together from pieces of countless victims. They rushed toward him. Ethan jumped. For a split second, he fell through darkness. Then, crash. He slammed onto wet grass. Rain poured from the sky. The forest surrounded him. The train tracks stretched into the distance. The Midnight Express was gone. Only silence remained. Months later, Ethan tried to forget. He moved away. Changed jobs. Started over. But every night at exactly 12:13 a.m., he heard something. A train horn. Far away. Getting closer each week. One night he looked outside. A railroad crossing stood at the end of his street. The warning lights flashed red. The crossing gates lowered. But there were no tracks. No railroad. Nothing. Then a train emerged from the darkness. The Midnight Express. Its windows glowed yellow. And every seat was occupied by pale faces staring directly at him. One face sat closest to the glass. The old woman from Black Creek. She slowly raised a finger, pointing at an empty seat beside her. A seat with Ethan's name written on the ticket. The train horn screamed. And the lights in Ethan's house went out. No one ever saw him again. The Midnight Express still runs through the American wilderness during storms. And if you ever find yourself on it, never enter car 7.